Hello everybody, so that light that I ended the last video talking about, saying it was broken, it's not broken, I just hadn't plugged it in properly. Seriously. Also, this video is sponsored by Lumix, thank you very much to Lumix, and as you can see in this video, all the images that I show you were taken with the G9. I say as you can see because it's a point of view video, so you can actually see me taking the photos. It's the whole point of it. But thank you Lumix. And I'd also say, be careful what you wish for. Basically, the last video, which you may or may not have seen, it was like a cinematic type, for me at least, video, where for the first 7 or 8 minutes, I just showed clips of Iceland from this same trip as this video, and I didn't do any talking, just put some piano music over it. It was very nice, but the overwhelming feedback was that while people liked it, they don't want to see me stop talking in videos, which, I mean, this video is 20 odd minutes of me not shutting up, so, yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Morning everyone, and welcome to Stokksnes here in East Iceland on the final day in January. Well, the ground's frozen, sun's about to rise in about half an hour, and I'm going to walk around and try and take some photos. You'll be shocked to hear. Decent view for a scout, I think. So Nigel Danson, who's over there somewhere, and I are here running a workshop, and what I could use right now is one of the participants, or just another member of the general public, to come and stand somewhere here. That's not going to happen in the foreseeable future. Everyone's all over the place, so I shall keep that in mind for later on. The light is amazing. We've been here in Iceland for 4 days, and we've moved across the country, but even though we've only travelled 400 or 500 kilometres, sunrise has changed by 25 minutes in that time. It's now 25 minutes sooner than it was when we set out from Reykjavik, so that doesn't happen in the UK. Right, concentrate. What we're trying to take photos of. So we were here last night, about 12 hours ago, taking photos of the aurora, which was dancing pretty much right over that mountain there. It was incredible. We got super lucky, and well, this morning will have to be pretty special to beat that. But given that I've been here already, I should be able to find some good photos. In fact, I reckon this bit that I'm standing on right here will be best when there's some light that hits the mountain. So until then, I'm going to go onto the beach and try and get some reflection shots again of that mountain. I'm kicking off with the 12 to 35, I think. Starting off with the standard focal length. I think that makes most sense, particularly because it was already on my camera. On beaches like this, particularly with a group of photographers, you got to be careful not to get footprints all over someone else's shot. So I'm making sure I look around and don't ruin someone's day. Still, I do have an orange jacket on, as you can see, so maybe I'll make some people's photos as well. Particularly on the black sand. That's a nice bit of contrast. Ooh, oh, I need the long lens. Yeah, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh no, still got my settings from last night. Yeah, I could really do with the long lens for this shot. Don't need bracketing. Come on, walk again, please walk again. The gap in your legs was perfect when you walked, which sounds odd, but it's true. Definitely need a longer focal length for that, but never mind. So last night when we came here, the sea was behaving. I mean, it's not at the moment. There's not that much room for reflection, which I think might mean the tide is coming in. When the tide's going out, you get the shimmer of where the water has been, and in that shimmer you get a nice reflection. Here though, it looks like there's too much water and then just dry sand. I'll have to wait and see. Having said that, there's a bit of a shimmer here. Oh, again, needs a longer focal length really, but pretty nice with the gradient in the sky, which is why I'm framing it like I am. This shot is about shadow and gradient in the sky, nothing else really. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted. Can you see, I don't know if you can with the super wide angle currently on the GoPro, but there's a nice sheen, and as the water recedes, as it is doing now, well, there's a wave coming, but might have chance to get a reflection. I'm going to focus on the mountain though. Here comes, oh god! I've not got waterproof socks on, so I want to be careful with that. Yeah, incoming tide is going to be a bit annoying, but the detail in the black sand's pretty cool. It's a lot of foam. Sorry, that sounds like I'm moaning. I'm not moaning. I'm at 2.8 ISO 200. The reason I'm at 2.8 is simply because it's still quite dark and clearly I want handhold. So yeah, that just means I need to be at 2.8. I'm not too fussed about having loads of detail in this foreground. I think it looks impressive enough. Go back out, go out. You can see by the second that the reflection improves as the water recedes. So far, so good on maintaining dry feet. It is early in the day though. If you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know I'm not the biggest fan of using filters and long exposures and all that kind of stuff. I've carried around a 10-stop filter in my bag for about 2 years. I think I've used it once, but maybe today will be the day. Of course, it does mean using a tripod as well, which is my other pet hate, so we'll see. Lights hitting the mountains, so I think it's time for the long lens. Might be changing my lens back almost immediately. Never mind. Right, 12 to 35 is back on, and time to do some composition hunting. That is incredible, and I think I need to find a half decent shot while all this is still in shadow and the mountain is now in sunshine. What about up here? Maybe up here. I'm also tempted to try and get pretty low, just because as pretty as the Black Beach and the sea is, the waves aren't uniform. It's all a bit messy, so I'm not sure if the sea adds or detracts from this scene. I think it might detract a bit, so I think I'm going to get down here and get low-ish. See how it works. Yeah, there's footprints everywhere. That's no good. I've not got the inclination to be cloning all that out in Photoshop, so the search continues. The good thing about being up here this time of year is that the sunrise and the sunset process happens so slowly. so you do have time to do your work. Right up here. How you getting on? Good? I hope there's no wind to blow you off. How wide are you? Can I stand on that one?
Yeah, you're fine.
You sure? Okay. Alright, I'll stand here. Get low. Even lower than that, I think. It still looks messy to me. And the sunlight's coming on these mounds now. Maybe if I go down a little bit. Something like that. I'm at f4, so f4 focusing on the mountain, so not all this foreground stuff is going to be perfectly in focus. I could focus stack, but to be honest, I'm not that fussed if not absolutely everything is perfectly focused. See, this is about the time when it makes a whole lot of sense to get a filter out and try and blur that sea a little bit, because it is super messy. In fact, I am going to do that. Had a little tripod incident the other night, so I've currently only got half a tripod. Not as big a deal to me as it would be to some photographers, but it's not really ideal. Well, that doesn't sound healthy. Full of black sand, this thing. Timer. Oh, it's a 10-second timer. That's no good. That, by the way, if you can see that, is exactly how not to use a tripod. This seems fairly stable. It's fine. It's not terrible, apart from the giant footprint that I didn't see there. Let's go somewhere else. Right, that can come off now, I think. It's enough of 10 stop for one day. Well, maybe. Also, please don't judge me by the state of my bag. I know it's not great. There's a lot of things in here. Many of them are charged, many of them aren't. F9, don't need F9. I dropped my camera somehow, so that's good. All kinds of crap in there. Oh dear. Anyway, there's a nice orange jacket on the beach down there. Tiny. That requires a longer lens, because that is awesome. Alright, it's about to walk directly under the peak. I want to get him right under that peak, that middle peak. Now. Not sure if I got that. Are they turning back? This is the problem with not having a model and just relying on people walking into your scene. You don't have control over them. Look who it is, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Familiar face. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, this morning was pretty spectacular. It was actually really nice when there was no shadows on here, because it gave it more of a cold look.
Yeah, it didn't last long though. I thought it would last a lot longer. Light on here, shadows on here, but unless I was busy doing something else.
No, it's about 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
What's really difficult is this. If you just get half of it, it becomes a bit unbalanced. It's sort of, it's quite tricky, I find, over there.
Yeah. It's a small one.
Yeah.
Is that one of those Mavic Minis?
Maybe.
It is still amazing this time of morning because the even with our shadows, the light is just on the top of the mounds, not on the, I was going to say the valleys then, they're not really valleys. The mound valleys.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
You join me lying on the sand now, and I'm still trying to get this bloke in the orange jacket. And I'm not sure this angle's the most flattering. There's too many footprints everywhere.
Sorry?
Too many footprints everywhere. Why don't we have this place to ourselves? Unbelievable. Right, we're rounding up the workshop, folks. Ready for the next stop. Welcome, everybody, to Eystrahorn, I think. You know me and my pronunciations. And the grand plan today is to copy or replicate a shot I got in Greenland about 9 months ago. You may remember it. A mountain like that, seagulls like that, dark sky, and well, I'll show you now. And I'd like to get another shot that looks like that of that mountain later. There's plenty of seagulls. I just need the sun to sink a bit lower. In the meantime, I'm going to go and explore that beach, and hopefully from here actually first, I'm going to catch a wave, a breaking wave, with those mountains in the background. That's the plan. Bit of a waiting game. I just missed an awesome set of waves. I was in completely the wrong place, so got to wait for the next one. Don't know how long that's going to take. So I don't know if you can see on this super wide angle, but over there is Vestrahorn, where we were this morning, and it was about a 45-minute drive to get here. And as a result, we've got here when the sun is, well, relatively high in the sky still. So we've got a couple of hours till sunset, or until golden hour at least. So this is all about plotting. Oh, he's gone. No. Just with the wide angle, we've got to be careful of glare because the sun is going to catch right at the side angle of the lens. So just make sure you use your hood if you've got it. But yeah, it's a good shot. Right, I'm going to walk down the beach a bit, being careful to only really go on the snow because I don't want my footprints sinking into the beach, ruin anyone's photos. So I'll go on the snow instead. Got my yak tracks on, so I should be all right to, well, stand up. Hello. I'm just in the process, as you can probably see from my camera here, I'm in the process of getting some film for my video that I would have uploaded before this one, I think, which is basically a silent vlog from Iceland. A bit weird from my channel, but I thought it might be quite an interesting thing to do. Anyway, I have seen maybe an interesting shot of this mountain, not difficult to spot, and if I get low, I can avoid showing any of the sort of slightly messy lagoon. I don't know if you can see the lagoon from this camera with my chest, but it's there. Anyway, yeah, if I get low enough, I'll get rid of that, and it'll just be a shot that's entirely white, kind of like this actually. And kneel down, you get rid of the lagoon. You can also do exactly the same in this direction and get rid of the sea. The sea's a bit prettier than the lagoon though, so you probably wouldn't want to do that. Anyway, I'm yabbering on. As you can see, my camera is on a tripod. That is entirely because I've been filming, and therefore it's just easier to keep it on the tripod. I don't want anyone thinking that I prefer shooting on it. Believe me, I don't. I'm not going to consider a polarizer. Maybe I should. Probably quite a good angle for it actually, but I think it looks pretty enough without. So no. I'm going to go F28. No, I'm not. I'm going to stop down a little bit. I just don't want loads of detail in this foreground snow. So I'll go F4, and I think that'll be fine. This is a very, very simple photograph, so there's not a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. Very nice, simple, clean, and just by getting a bit low, I've avoided the lagoon, which, as you can see, I'll take a photo from this angle. Isn't quite as pretty. I don't know, you might think it is, but I don't. I might be going a bit mad because I thought my shadow was an interesting shot then, innit? It really isn't. Right, time to have a go at this mountain shot with all the birds, I think. It's not as good as the Greenland one for a number of reasons. A, there's no cloud over the mountain. B, the light isn't quite as good, I don't think. C, there aren't as many birds. In fact, I can't see any around the mountain at the moment. Maybe I'll have to wait for sunset a little bit longer. And D, I'm sure there was a fourth thing, but I can't remember it at the moment. So anyway, I'll take a photo, see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a very pretty mountain, but I can't really see any birds at the moment, so maybe I won't be able to copy one of my favourite shots. And to be honest, perhaps that's not the worst thing. Maybe I should be hunting for something completely new. They look nice. So apparently the sun is going to set just at the foot of that mountain, which will be incredible if that happens. It looks like it's going that way. I think Nigel checked the TPE or one of those kinds of apps, and hopefully it'll come to fruition, because that'll look amazing with a long lens. A little while to go till then. I'm going to see what the others are up to. Oh, waiting for a wave. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh, it's not big enough. I wonder if it's one of us. Photographer. I see a tripod. Well, I don't know if I got the most out of that sunset, but never mind. I've had an incredible day taking photos in an incredible part of an incredible country, so I can't exactly moan. So there you go, some photography on a day in Iceland from a point of view thing. Hopefully it was useful. Antarctica. So in February 2022, Nigel, Mads and I will be running a workshop in Antarctica that I think actually is nearly sold out. So this is the first chance I've had to talk about it on YouTube. I sent a newsletter out a few days ago and did some Instagram stories too, but this is the first chance I've had to talk about it here, and it's nearly sold out. So if you're interested in coming to Antarctica in February of 2022, I'll put a link in the description. I'll also keep it up to date to let you know whether it's sold out or whether there's a waiting list or whatever. I mean, there will be a waiting list if it's sold out, but hopefully it's not sold out, so that if you'd like to come, you can. And the link is to Aurora Expeditions, which is the company we're using to bring together the workshop. And the form that you fill in will be so that they can contact you and discuss things like room preferences and all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit of a longer process to book than a typical workshop where you just pay a deposit. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And next week, I'm doing something a little bit different. Not massively different, but basically I'm starting a new series. I'm very excited about it, and more about that then. But in the meantime, have a good week.